My laptop fan is being really loud. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I'll try and move it away or something. Hello everybody, welcome back to Mocking Ariana 3. Today, I'm going to be ranking characters from Lost and Found Music Studios. Now, Lost and Found Music Studios was the sister show of The Next Step. It was based on a group of musicians rather than a group of dancers, but it does have some characters from The Next Step in it. It has Giselle, Riley, Michelle, and James. Lost and Found, unfortunately, was cancelled after 2 seasons. I wish it wasn't. I've done a video writing my own season 3 of Lost and Found. You can find here is the thumbnail. If you want to watch that, then I'll leave it linked down below. But when I had my Zoom celebration to celebrate 2 years of my channel, I did get a suggestion. I don't remember who it was from. I'm super sorry. To do some Lost and Found themed videos, because that's the only one that I have basically. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a look on tiermaker.com. That's where you can find these tier lists. I get questions all the time. Tiermaker.com, and see if anyone has done any Lost and Found tier lists. And this one that we're going to do is ranking the characters, and the person that made this is C96709151. So if you're watching this video, thank you for your tier list. Let's get started. So the way that a tier list works is that you have side panels, and you can write in them however you're going to be ranking them. So we're going to work our way through these characters. And also, if you haven't seen Lost and Found, I strongly recommend seeing it. I love it. I think it definitely deserves another season. It is on Netflix, but I'm not sure about other television platforms. So originally when I saw it, it was on CBBC, but then they took it off because Netflix brought it, I'm pretty sure. So if you have Netflix, go see if it's on there. I'm sure you will enjoy it. If you like The Next Step, you'll probably like Lost and Found. It's a little bit more serious, a little bit has a few more darker storylines, like anxiety, death of parents, just darker thing. I was gonna say like relationship, kind of toxic relationships, but not on the Next Step scale, kind of darker than that. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check it out. So the first character that we have is Annabelle. Annabelle has a vlog on presumably YouTube, and honestly, like, I like Annabelle's voice. What's the song that she sings? Miss Invisible. That what you call me if you call me on the telephone. Da 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 da. Always sounds the same, and you never know. Honestly, I don't think she's a legend, and I'm not a fan of her personality. I think she could be a bit annoying at times, but when she just joined Lost and Found, when she did her initial audition, I was really on her side. So I'm going to put her on okay for now. I might move her around depending on where other people go. We then have Clara, Little Miss. What was her song? Freebird, that she ripped up. Also, I found my voice. See, I love Lost and Found, but I can't sing, which is why I love watching it. I love Clara, not gonna lie. I'm gonna put her in Legends. I loved her plot, and I think Jenny Ross is such a good actress. We then have Ava. Ava or Eva. It's spelled Eva, but it's pronounced Ava, so I'm gonna say Ava. I'm gonna put Ava in very good because I like her more than I like Annabelle, but not as much as I like Clara. I liked Ava's storyline of her parents were really strict and what's that word? Conservative. Like, she wasn't allowed to wear makeup, she wasn't allowed to be out past a certain time, she wasn't really even allowed to do music because it was a waste of her time apparently. But I love Ava's voice. I liked her plot. Also a very good actress. I will say that as well, but acting in Lost and Found, I don't think there's one single weak actor. So if that's one of your pet peeves about shows, then Lost and Found might be a show for you. We then have Miss Giselle Bellamy, who is Clara's sister. Giselle is on The Next Step. Most of you are Next Step fans, so you'll probably know that. I'm going to put Giselle in okay. Maybe, no, meh. I'm going to say meh because Giselle doesn't really have much of a part in Lost and Found other than being Clara's sister. She gives her advice sometimes, but I don't feel like she was really there for Clara. I would have liked to see them bond a little bit more, I think. But it was nice to see John bond with Clara. John is one of James's friends. So yeah, she's just going to go meh for me. I don't really have an opinion on Giselle. We then have, oh my gosh, what was her name? Her own life name is Katrina. I don't remember. I'm going to put her name on screen now, but she was friends with Clara and Nate and the more background characters. It'll probably come to me later, but I'm going to put this character also, I don't even remember her name. I'm going to put her in meh because honestly she just didn't have that much of an impact on me. I don't think she really had much of a purpose on the show other than being a more background character with a few words to say. She invited Clara to a concert the once, but yeah, you're just going to go in meh. We then have Nate. Nate had a crush on Rachel. And he made ringtones. That was pretty much his only purpose of being on the show. Do you know what? No, I'm going to move that girl that I can't remember her name into Bi, because I don't think she had that much impact on me, and if she wasn't in the show, it wouldn't matter to me in terms of Lost and Found. I'm also going to put Nate there because I don't feel like Nate had that much of an impact on me either. I wasn't really connecting to him. I didn't find him cute, or like I didn't connect to him in an emotional way. So Nate is going to go in Bi. We then have Isaac, I remember Isaac's name. Isaac, I really liked his personality actually. Very good actor. Legend? I don't think he's a legend. I'm going to put him equal to Ava because I think the plot that he did have, like his brother Tully was in a gang and he really didn't like it. He lived in a bad neighborhood. He was quite a charismatic person. He loved to sing, and then when Tully joined joined Lost and Found and was more involved with that, he really didn't like it. I really liked his plot. I love his songs, the way he sings, so he's going to be very good. We then have James. Now, James is higher than Giselle for me. James was more of a main character in Lost and Found than Giselle, Riley and Michelle were. Maybe not Michelle actually. James and Michelle probably equal. I'm going to put James as very good because I feel like James actually, I've said James about 100 times, I really liked the person that he was in Lost and Found. I loved seeing a more raw side to him. We saw that in season 4 a lot, but I remember in Lost and Found specifically, James was having a real trouble with one section in a song, and he kind of flipped out on Mr. T and the band, and he had to go sit in the corridor by himself for a few moments, and he was really trying to think. He had a few scenes with Riley as well, but I just like the way that he is around the band. I think they have great chemistry when they're on screen together, and just in general, I love the band. So James is going in very good for me. I also love Dr. James. Dr. James made a few appearances. You'll know what I mean by that. So yeah, I like James. I might even prefer James in Lost and Found than I do in The Next Step. No, I think that's a bit of a reach, but I just really like James. Then we have John. John is going in Legends for me, I think. Oh, is he? Yeah, I think John goes in Legends, definitely. I love his plot. John's mom died, basically. I like discounting that, playing down on that so much. But basically, John's plot revolved around the fact that his mom had died, and he had a lot of emotional trauma based upon that. That's what I mean. And he connects to Clara because the way that Clara is the way that his mom was before she died. And I think that John or Levi, is Levi's real? No, Alex. Alex's acting is very, very good. And John overall as a character is very well rounded. Also, he has a big crush on Michelle. Michelle has a big crush on John. So those are the two plots that he has. I think he also has good comedic timing at times. And he's just a lovable character. I really do like John. We then have Jude. So this is the Lost and Found version of Jude. We have a Next Step Jude and we have a Lost and Found Jude. Lost and Found Jude, I've got to say, annoys me sometimes. I don't know, like, I wasn't a fan of the rapping randomly and making raps out of random things, and the raps, also controversial opinion, I don't think they were that good sometimes and they're overhyped. I do like certain songs that he does, like the one with Ava that he does. Hey girl, this is what this, show 'em what you got, cause it never stops, cause we go stop the rhythm of the heartbeat. That one. He's not as irrelevant as Giselle is for me, and I don't dislike him as much as I like dislike the girl in Nate. So he's going along the same line as Annabelle. We then have Leia. Legend. I love Leia so much. I also love Keira Graves who plays her. Leia is just so charismatic and so funny without trying to be funny. She's basically in love with Luke. That's her plot, and she's in the girl band. But I just love the way that she is around Luke, where she completely loses herself and loses any sense of like having any sense. Yeah, I think she's just such a good character and such a good voice. What is the song that Leia sings? You always know exactly what to say. Yes, anyway, I'm losing track. This is what happens when I watch Lost and Found. There should be a try not to sing Lost and Found edition because I'd fail every time. But to go with Leia, we obviously have to have Luke. Now, I love Luke. I think that Luke is also great comedically. I think he's brilliant. Also has an amazing voice. Shane Hart has an amazing voice. What is my favorite Lost and Found Luke song is probably Hey Yeah, don't you know someday you're gonna hear us on the radio. Hey yeah, don't you know it happens so fast these days, I gotta take it slow. Ooh, ooh. But yeah, I really do love Luke and John together, such a good pairing. We then have Maggie. Maggie's going okay for me. I don't like Maggie as much as I like Leia. The overall thing is like, do you like Leia or do you like Maggie? Both girls love Luke. I found Maggie annoying multiple times. I find her a little bit cringy at times too. Like, she's just this sweet girl. I'm so sweet and quirky and I wear like a cute hat and I play the guitar. No, she's not for me. But I can't like knock her for her voice. Then we have Mary. I'm gonna put Mary in okay. I feel like if there was a bar between very good and okay. Wait, I can add a bar, can't I? Just for Mary. Yeah, I feel like Mary isn't very good for me, but she's more than okay. I really liked Mary's storyline with Tully, who is her boyfriend and an ex-boyfriend, who is a music producer, but then he gets really quite, not violent, but he lashes out like in the way that he speaks, and he's very quick to judge her and quite possessive, and he's bad news for Isaac as well. I really like the way that Miranda, who plays Mary, played that out. I also really like Mary's voice. What song does Mary sing? There's one that I love, I know there is. I'm gonna miss you, really, really miss you. But yes, that's where Mary is for me. We then have Michelle. I like Michelle in Lost and Found, I really did. But I'm going to put her in okay. I don't like her as much as I like... Yeah, she doesn't have that much importance for me, but she's higher than Giselle. I like Michelle and James's scenes. I think them two as a pair is severely underrated. I also like seeing a more vulnerable side to Michelle. And when Michelle sings a song for John, how does that song go? And I also love the way that Michelle says John. I don't know if that's just a me thing. Maybe it's the sunshine or the color in your eyes. That's how John sings it. And then Michelle sings it like, maybe it's the moonlight or the... This is embarrassing. Oh, such a good edit. I'm so proud of myself for that one. Props to Mucking Ariana too. I'm going to say very good actually. Yes, I like Michelle. I think that the way that she was in Lost and Found was great. It gave her a bit more depth. I wish that the John and Michelle thing had been carried through to the next step too. We had a few glimpses of it in season 4, but I like to think that they're together as a couple now. And her song was great, well-rounded character. Yes, yes, I love Michelle. Okay, then we have Mr. T, who is the head of the music studios, so like Miss K is for the next step. Mr. T, I'm going to put him in very good. I think he has good comedic timing. He makes these one-liners, like he doesn't care about the musicians, but secretly he does. And like if they're kind of being stupid about something, then just tell them to their face. He gives them a lot of good life lessons. Also a great musician. Yeah, I like Mr. T. But to go Mr. T is Parker, who is like his second in command. It's kind of like the Kate and Chris. Chris is Parker and Mr. T is Kate. I don't really care for Parker, not gonna lie. I'm gonna put her in bye because I feel like if she wasn't there, Mr. T would handle it just fine, and she never really had a big effect on me. She was just kind of a background character, so I'm sorry, Parker. We then have Rachel though. Rachel is Leia's best friend. She's also in the girl band. Great singer. I love all of Rachel's songs actually, but I think I'm gonna put her in very good, not legends, because I think I am a Leia stan, so Leia is above Rachel for me. But I love Rachel's voice. Also, Rachel's emotional moments, like when Leia blamed her for the boys' van going pink when it was actually her, but she didn't want to tell Luke because she liked Luke and she didn't want Luke to hate her. Yeah, Rachel's breakdown scene where she was crying. Oh, we then have Riley. Riley's going with Giselle in meh, but Riley does have a few funny scenes. I like it when she's trying to find out from James whether John likes Michelle so that she can tell Michelle whether John likes her. Yes, she has some good scenes, but Riley's just not an integral character for me. If she wasn't in it, then it would be fine. I feel like she's just in it because in order to start a new spin-off show or a sister show of the next step, they needed to carry through a few characters. I honestly feel like James would have been enough, James and Michelle. But I like also having Riley and Giselle there. We then have Theo, who's the 4th member of the boy group. Theo is okay for me, I think. He's, yeah. Yeah? Yeah, Theo's going okay. I feel like, no, he's going with Mary. This is going to be the just for Mary and Theo category. Theo is cute, he's funny, he has a few great lines, and I also love his voice. I wouldn't want the band to be without Theo, which is why I'm boosting him up. But I like Theo. Yes, he's just not a favourite of mine. I don't like him as much as I like James, and I don't like James as much as I like John and Luke in Lost and Found. Last but not least, we have Tully. Tully is Isaac's older brother and also Mary's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. He's the one I was telling you about that's trouble. He's in a gang. He's a music producer. I'm not gonna say bye just because I don't like him. In terms of a character on the show, I don't think he's irrelevant, but I'm gonna put him in very good, you know. I liked his influence on the show. Wait, Mary can't be below Tully. Hang on. Wait, let's put Tully in okay. He's not okay though. You know what? I'm gonna put Tully above Mary. Yes. I think Tully's influence on the show was good. I really liked that kind of storyline that he brought with him, both being Isaac's brother and Mary's boyfriend and being a music producer, kind of giving a glimpse into that industry as well, and not everything is as it seems. I just really liked his influence, honestly. This is my final tier list of Lost and Found. Yes, this is my overall rankings. I'm happy with them. I would stand by them through and through. Let me know what order you would put the characters in. This is just kind of a one-off video because I wanted to make Lost and Found content, and I like switching up my content. If I'm making the same videos every week, it kind of gets a bit stale, and I like keeping it all fresh and interesting. So yes, tell me, who are you? Time to be brave.